I've been in LA for 7 months now, and I can count my real friends on zero fingers. I'm Christine, Swiss girl who decided to move alone here in LA, and here is where I document the whole experience. Today I wanted to talk about something that's really near and dear to my heart, which is loneliness. It's something that most people tend not to talk about, but I really want to share my overall experience. I've had like several breakdowns in the last couple of weeks. I cried a lot. You know, you have people that are in your corner, but they're like so far away. Bear in mind, I talk to my friends every single day on the phone. Like, we message back and forth. But of course, you need to consider that there's a time zone difference. And it hits the hardest whenever I'm in a relaxed state. Like when I'm not thinking about anything else. You know, when I'm just sitting down and doing nothing, that's when it hit the hardest. That's when you realize that you're across the world with no connections, like real life connections. And it's kind of crazy. What I miss most about my social life back home is the fact that whenever, you know, you want to do something, you can just hit up your friends and you can just go and you can just do something. And I guess that's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because it's like you're in your comfort zone. You're like in your bubble. So you're like safe. Instead, here, I think that my loneliness kind of stems from a little bit of discomfort, the fact of putting myself out there and not knowing if I will find people that I will vibe with and connect with. So why do I think that making friends as an adult is way more difficult? If I think back at my childhood, I would make friends like so easily, like instantaneously. You know, when you're a kid, you just start playing together and by the end of the day, you're like best friends. So I know it's a different comparison, but at the same time, it's like what changed? Right now, in this moment of life, in this period of time that we're living in, it's like we consistently live on our phones. So it's not like in the past that you would just go out and hang out and you would actually meet people. Nowadays is way more difficult because we're so caught up and distracted by technology in general. As adults, we have responsibilities and we have things in our lives that need to be taken care of. So maybe we don't have that much of a free mind and free brain capacity to engage into new friendships, you know, because majority of the time we just stick to what's familiar and we just go with that and we don't get out of kind of our bubble and our circle. Like in my case, at work, there isn't that much of a chance to make friends because we all have our own little units and it's very difficult to meet other people and we don't have any common areas. So it's really hard to meet new people. I'm really burnt out at the moment. I feel like I'm doing a bunch of things outside of work. I'm focusing on my business. I'm really trying to figure out the whole finding a new host company to maybe potentially transfer my internship there. And it's a lot, and I'm taking on a lot, and I feel like extremely tired. So I would say that making friends as of right now, it's kind of like in the back of my mind. It's still there, but I'm not prioritizing it 100% as I should because I think that this burnt out kind of sensation also stems from the fact that I don't have someone to talk to, genuinely talk to. And it's not the same like talking on the phone. I just want someone that's here, that's present. So I need to prioritize finding my community, you know? As you know from my previous videos, I don't have a lot of money, so it's not like I can go to and take like gym classes and kind of create that social interaction, but I'm sure There are a lot of free activities that I can also do here in LA. So I will look into that, and hopefully, the situation will get better soon. So bottom line, what I want to say is don't worry if you don't have any friends. It's not the end of the world, but of course you need to find people that you vibe with, that you connect with, and that make you feel, less lonely, because you need people in your life. We're not meant to be alone consistently. I don't have everything figured out by any means, but what I do know is that I'm trying to take this whole process one step at a time and not get too overwhelmed and not to project myself too much in the future, but just living the moment.